So how do you keep track of the risk and reduce the risk in your project? To do that, you can run the risk report. So select the projects that you're going to run the risk report for, click on the risk button, and you'll have the risk report. This will give you each item for those projects that you selected that failed. Either you failed it or another facility failed it. And then it gives you an opportunity to track where you are on accepting the risk. And the options here are that you accept the risk, that this is a showstopper and you won't proceed with the upgrade, that you're waiting on a vendor, but it could be a potential showstopper, that you're waiting on the vendor, but you're going to proceed with the upgrade no matter the outcome, that you're waiting on a vendor, waiting for a user to retest this, it's not applicable, and then blank allows you to blank it out. So you can see here that this first one is a new item that's been failed by a user in our facility, and 67% of other facilities failed this and 33% passed. It's also sorted by your facility's risk, so your failed critical items will be at the top of the list. And then you'll see the average of all the other facilities risk. So they're saying it's a 4 on average, which means some people said it was a 3 and some said it was a 5. And then you can see your notes compared to notes from other organizations. So that will help you in figuring out what's going on with this. So you can see in this item below that this one is waiting on the vendor, and 100% of other facilities are also waiting on the vendor. This one's a potential showstopper. It's now in red, and you can see 100% of other facilities say this is a potential showstopper, and it has a high fail rate, and it's critical. As you scroll down through this list, eventually you can see that we're still in my facility fail. We've gone from a risk of 5 down to 4. Now we've gone down to a risk of 3 and a risk of 1. And eventually we're going to run into where my facility has passed it or didn't fail it, hasn't tested it yet, but we're going to pick up where other facilities are with this, and then of course it will sort from high to low risk on this one as well. So this one passed by our analyst, but 67% of people said it failed with resource scheduling. When we go through this with our analysts, we'll probably go ahead and accept this risk because it did pass for us. But that's a judgment call that you have to make. But this is how you keep track of what are showstoppers and what are potential showstoppers from other organizations. So that's risk. You can start working the risk report before you even begin testing. When you come in here, your column will be blank, so the sort order will be other facilities that failed and their risk from highest to lowest. So you can, when you first start your testing, see what items are failing for other facilities. Maybe you want to test those items and work on those first as opposed to ones that passed. It's up to you. But that'll give you an idea of what worked and what didn't work across all the facilities who are using the application. The end goal of working the risk report is to work each of these line items, and then when you come back in, they're all color-coded. So each row alternates blue and white, and as the risk is evaluated, if it's something that won't keep us from upgrading, but that is potentially broken, it'll be yellow. And items that are showstoppers will be red. Items that we accept risk on will turn green. And so you'll get the stoplight approach of working this left-hand side of the screen to make sure that we have everything in a yellow or green status, and work those red items appropriately.